Hello all, it's Katie Rose from Attached Families. I'm coming to you on this Thursday evening to talk to you more about reactive attachment disorder in RAD. You've heard me discuss what it's like to have a child with reactive attachment disorder. You've heard me discuss that there's a spectrum, much like autism. You've heard me discuss that it's a very little known disorder in this country, in the world, and you've definitely heard me discuss that there aren't treatments that are available that are affordable for families. You've also heard me discuss that a lot of our families get arrested for accusations made by our children because they have an extreme tendency to lie, and then once they tell a lie and they start to get all that attention for the lie, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger because the attention is what they crave, and the chaos all around them is what they crave. Tonight I want to come to you and just talk to you a little bit about how just more investigation needs to be done. So we have our families who are being persecuted because of false allegations, and the children are getting more trauma imposed on them because they're being ripped from the homes without real investigation being done, and the parents are being arrested, and they're being tried in the media with, facts that might seem like facts but really aren't legit. You can read a story, and the parents had them in a bedroom with plastic everywhere and a bucket to use the bathroom. They're leaving out, so everyone is like horrified. What awful parents. They leave out the part that the children purposely urinate all over that room all night long. You hear about the parent that made their child eat oatmeal for dinner, like as if this was the cruelest punishment possible. But the piece of the story is left out that the child was told if they put 6 bags of oatmeal in their thing for breakfast, that they were going to have it again at lunch, or they were going to have it again at dinner, because there's very little ways that we as parents can try to bring back our parental control over our children who are desperate for control. Their brains are not developed properly, but they look normal, and to the outside world they act normal, but they're not. And not that I wish that all of our children didn't look neurotypical. I think it would be easier for us in society if they didn't, because nobody understands what it's really like. If you hear about the child that's half dressed outside in the cold, I mean, these newspaper articles, they can really make anything sound however they want. I can tell you for a fact that my children dress inappropriately for the season. I have yet to be able to figure out if their brains tell them that the temperature is different, or if they simply do it as an attention and manipulation thing. But my son, if it's 100 degrees, will have 3 shirts on, a zipped up hoodie up over his head, and claim he's freezing. But if it's 40 degrees out and he has to walk to the bus, shorts, t-shirt, can't even get him to put on a jacket. It's almost impossible. But that's just a little bit right here, okay? So you have on this hand, you have these children that lie, and these false allegations, and not enough investigation to help our families be supported, be surrounded in support, get the proper treatments. And then you have the flip side of basically what I say all the time is it costs way too much for the treatments that claim to help. So I don't know if you've read in the news or online about this ranch in Montana, not licensed. One of our families, God bless them, and their child and all of the children that were at this ranch. But I think that we're trying to come up with, through garage sales and Facebook donations and GoFundMe campaigns, like $4,500 a month just to try and get their child who has reactive attachment disorder and was at the very severe end of it with homicidal ideations, who could not live in the home, but no other program would take them. See, that we're constantly put in a no-win situation as families with children with reactive attachment disorder. And so this family actually researched with their therapist and got their son into this program at the ranch. And this program was unlicensed, didn't have any therapists on site, didn't have any med management on site, and was expecting $4,500 a month from the families. And they weren't even being monitored by like DCS or DPS or DSS, whatever it's called in every different county in every different state. I tell you all the time, it's so frustrating. It should be the same across the board, but it just isn't. So this family got all their friends and family and strangers, and they got together the money to send this child to this ridiculously expensive place. And what happens? This place is shut down. There are years and years of allegations of abuse against the children, and because there was no oversight from the Department of Children's Services, they could not investigate the abuse, which makes no sense to me. Someone much smarter than me is going to have to explain that. So now you have 27 children removed. The investigation is being done. Yes, these children do lie, but because it's a place, it sounds like real investigation is being done. Forensic investigation is being done, and it's not just the children who were forming these complaints. These complaints were coming from adults. People had seen the children 15, 20-mile walks through in bad weather, as punishment, being spit on, being thrown against the walls, being verbally abused. So here I am, I'm going to say right now to all my families and everybody else out there, the place doesn't have a license. I don't care how much they say they can treat reactive attachment disorder. Please don't waste your money. Please, please. Our children are suffering enough trauma. I can't imagine what these 27 parents are feeling like right now. One of our families from Oklahoma does have a child there, like I said, removed, is now in DCS custody, but all their money went to the ranch. The ranch is refusing to give back any of the child's things. The family now has to come up with money to not only find another place that will take the child, because the child can't return home. And anyone who's been in this situation knows that finding a place to take one of our children takes months. They also have to now find money to get to Montana for this court date. No matter how you look at it, this family has been traumatized. This child has been re-traumatized. No help or services were really given. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars paid by this family since May. And what are we doing, America? What are we doing? When are we going to say enough is enough? When are we going to actually put the children first? When are we going to actually say that what we're doing right now is not working? The children that come into foster care, not all of them, but let's say a good 40 to 50% of them have suffered trauma. Coming into foster care in and of itself is traumatic. Leaving everything and everyone you knew behind, even if it wasn't a good situation, is traumatic. And we're not doing anything to help them with that trauma. The only thing they're being offered is talk therapy. And I will say it over and over and over again until somebody actually hears me. Talk therapy not only does not help children with reactive attachment disorder and trauma, it actually makes them worse. You'd be better off not having your child in any therapy at all, which of course none of us want because the children need help. We're looking for things like neurofeedback. We're looking for things like EMDR. We're looking for things like SSP, ILS, trauma yoga. There are so many things out there that have been proven to help a child heal from trauma. And there are success stories, so don't give up. Don't lose hope. I haven't lost hope. I'll never lose hope. But demand change. Demand proper treatment now. Demand it for all of our families. Demand it for all of the children. I cannot say it enough. If I put my little sick boy on TV, the money would roll into help. But for some reason, when we talk about the fact that these children were beaten and neglected and traumatized so severely that their brains did not develop properly, and all you see is the behavior because of that, it falls on deaf ears and no one cares. You can find us at attachedfamilies.org or on Facebook as Attached Families. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Attached Families. We always accept donations and we always accept sharing. Share it. Get the word out there. If you do nothing else for us, go to our page and share it, because sharing brings awareness and awareness will bring change. Thank you all so very much. Love to all of my families always. Katie Rose from Attached Families. Have a great night.